Hey everyone, welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It's Monday night fireside chat time, and tonight's topic is a crazy week working on the compound this week. So how's everybody doing out there? It has been interesting here. My wife and I have been going that way and trying to get everything done. And then, of course, then we get the grandkids coming over. And I froze. Get the grandkids coming over, trying to spend time with us. So, all right, just saying here. All right, so let me jump over here. And first, I'm going to go through the comments, and then I got another little short video clip for you. And then we're going to get right into it. So, comments. The first one in here was Gear Grinding 19. And then Dance87 came in. Howitt, Food Forest Permaculture is here. Suburban Hillbilly is here. Passamaquoddy's here. Our Cabin in the Woods, Kaylin Strain. Lewis, the Marshmallow Man, is here. Courtney's here. Hey, Courtney, I sent you the link if you want to come up here and talk about your crazy week too. Hendrickson Family Farm is here. Yeah, all right. What you're seeing is when I lean forward, all the stuff going on around me, that's called artifacting. That's because that's the green screen. So that's that. And then it's not in my computer. It's causing me to freeze. What's causing me to freeze is the internet service it's not satellite, it's radio communication. So there's a little antenna on there that broadcasts to a tower about a mile away over in Firth, and then it ties into the fiber optic and goes. So every now and then it can't keep up with it, and it goes, oh, okay, we caught up on data. So yeah, Hendrickson Family Farm. It's the Queen of the North, Prairie Rider. Hey, Lori. And all right, so I'm caught up on those here, and it looks like I've got a few more that are just watching. That's cool. If you just want to watch and not comment, that's cool too. So what I have here next, these are channel members. All right, and so the last note there, this ain't Camp Crystal Lake. No, we have fun here. We don't go out and get ourselves killed. We're safe. All right, let me get some things changed around here. So I got a bunch of things to show you what I've been doing this week, and I haven't been doing very many videos this week or being on other people's live streams because we, I didn't get all the photos on YouTube, but I got a lot here. So let me go ahead and drop that down, get up here, this up going, and right. All right, so everything's out of order as far as this. This is just today. I picked up 11 food grade IBC totes and from the Mercantile Distilleries in Shelley, Idaho. And I also had to go get myself a pallet jack to move them around. But yeah, so there's those there. There's this. There we go. Boom. Move it over, see a different size. So yeah, there it goes back there. And then I got more back around the wall over there on the other side there. This is one of the things we put. This took us a whole evening to do, and yeah, it was interesting putting this thing together. And the thing is, so it says specifically certain colors have to go a certain way, and you got to assemble a certain way to do it to make it come out right. And that was kind of the fun part, making sure you get everything put together. And you have to put most of it together loose, and then you can tighten everything up. Hey, Klingon Princess, how's it going? So, yeah, this is one of the things we built for the grandkids, and it took number 3, Danny. Took him about a day and a half to figure out how to climb up it. Aiden took Aiden several hours to figure out how to get up there. But and then, of course, if you guys saw the short I put out on the Lombardy poplars, this is them after they're planted. And so we put them all in. Now, we didn't just, throw them in the ground. Rented a bobcat with an 18-inch auger, a 1.5 foot wide auger, and I drilled 15 holes out here for them. And we didn't just plop them in the ground. I went to the local Home Depot. Home Depot had was it Lowe's? It was Lowe's. Sorry, it was. Anyways, they have a brand called Cowgirl Dairy Compost Manure, and it's made locally here. And so I got 10 bags of that. And then I got several bags of the Kellogg's Tree and Shrub mix. And then we, I don't know, about 7 or 8 bucket loads from the compost pile that's been cooking out there. I've shown you some videos of that. And we mixed it up in our big 6 cubic foot wheelbarrow, mixed up, and we usually get 2 trees per mixing in the barrel. And so we went around first and dumped a bunch of the compost in each of these holes and got it all level. So we put the 5-gallon bucket in there. We just basically slide it out of the bucket and drop it, the root ball in there. It fit, and it wasn't too high. It wasn't too low because I guess these. Here's Courtney. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, sorry, I had to feed Fred something. So.
Okay. Well, hope Fred's behaving for you here.
Yeah, he is a little bit.
And so we put in all these trees. Now, these are Lombardy poplars, and they're planted on 10-foot centers. And at the place where we got them, at the wholesaler supply place, they had their windbreak done out of the same thing that he planted. I forget how many years ago he said. And they don't go out. They stay narrow and they go up. And so even though these things were planted on 10-foot centers, there was gaps between it a little bit. So they weren't intermingling. And so unlike the cottonwoods we have on the other side of the property, which doesn't do us any good unless the wind's blowing from the east, which it does maybe one day out of the year. And so we went and planted all these in, and it took us 2 days to plant those. And so we were doing that, and there's the rest of them going down there. And of course, there's the blue spruce trees that I planted beforehand. One of the things I forgot to do when I was putting in the adapter, this red valve down here, that's a drain valve. So I can shut off the black valve and drain the water from all the sprinkler systems, and nothing freezes. So we had to put that in because as soon as we had that in, my wife and I had already been working under the house here. And my wife goes, "This is why they don't let people over 50 join the military. They can't crawl along, do low crawl like this." Because we were crawling about 2/3, 3/4 of the way under the house to do stuff.
Yeah.
We installed a water softener in the house, in a house that was not set up for a water softener to be installed.
Yeah.
And so I got pictures of that coming up, a little part of it. I didn't take any pictures underneath the house. I'm sorry, folks. This is a family rated channel, and I couldn't show those videos if I took them. But we did a lot of stuff there. And let's see here to go to the next slide. And I started doing a bunch of grading outside once the guys are done in the back. You really can't tell, but you see that rock pile in the back there?
Yeah.
We'll get to that rock pile in a second, but there was a lot of rock and stuff that was in here where the trailer's sitting, the coyote's sitting and stuff. There's that rock pile. All right. I had a Bobcat track loader in here.
Oh, wow.
And I was working on it for several days, just moving rock as fast as I could. And so this is from the side. That's how deep it is. I mean, you're looking at about 40 tons. And I froze. About 40 tons of rock there.
Yeah.
That I took out. Oh, and wait a minute. That's not all. Look what I did with some more of the rock.
I'm sure every day it was like 100 degrees too.
Yeah. And I started putting rock out next to the shop where I'm going to move one of the cargo containers. Oh, and the AC wasn't working in the Bobcat. So I had the little slide windows open as far as they'd go, and the fan on trying to blow as good as it could go.
Yeah, that's like being stuck in a hot box.
Yeah, which is why I would work out there for a half an hour, come in for 15 minutes, go out for a half hour, come in for 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Blankety blank, no, Jay. I don't need a raccoon to help with one in the house. Anyways, so and one of the things I did with that 18-inch pole hole digger, there's a telephone pole, part of the telephone pole laying in the back here that Brandon left on the property. Well, I went and dug a little hole with it. And that's a little hole going down deeper than the auger actually goes. I was putting the head down into the ground on it. And so that's going to be where a gate is going to be hung at the once I get that done. And here's how I was doing some of the grading. The two lines here, the top line here where we see my mouse moving, that's going to be the top of concrete. The bottom one here is grade. And so I was digging out some monster cobbles. I mean, these things were like, almost the size, I'd say half the size of a bowling ball, some of them. And so we were digging those out.
Hey, Glenn.
And getting ready. Hey, Kaylin. And going to go I'm going to be putting rock in here starting tomorrow, I guess. I think I got everything else caught up on. I'm so
jealous. I want one of those so bad for canning.
Yeah. Hey, well, I blew it, guys. I want to apologize. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Well, on one of our trips, we swung by Sam's Club, and they had chuck roast 25% off. So it was $4.98 a pound, 25% off. So it's like $1.25 off. And my wife was trying to figure out how to cook it, and I said, "Hey, I fixed it," pointing to my mom's pressure canner cooker. And I pulled out, this is the cookbook that came with it. And she goes, "That's an old cookbook." I said, "Yeah, so's the canner." "Oh, I thought you bought that new." "No, that was my mom's that I fixed that had the broken handles on it." So she used the pressure canner / cooker and cooked the two big chunks of chuck roast outside on it. And when she got done with it, oh, man. Yeah, I could pick at it with my finger and it would just come apart in my hand.
That sounds
When I went to serve it, I cut it with a spoon to serve it onto it. And she used.
Did your wife go back, or is she still there?
She's in the other room.
That's so awesome. I'm so glad she stayed.
Yeah, she's going back Wednesday morning, I believe.
Oh.
Things are kind of trying to get stuff done at work. She wants to. Her accounts payable clerk. 4 days she was waiting for her to cut the checks so she could post the data into the report for the owners of some very big properties. Anyways, So she cooked it outside. It was great, fabulous. And I didn't get any video of the pressure canner cooker being used for the first time since I fixed it. I know, I'm a bad boy. So here's the water softener we installed. And the way the water, I put in, and let's see, so I got water coming in on the one side, water going back out. To tie, we had to go underneath the house to tie it into the water in under the house, because it comes up under the house and it ties into it, go everywhere. But so I had to build this manifold system with a bypass on it, which is the one valve here. You can see my cursor moving on. Those of you that aren't watching on a phone, the valve below it is for, we're going to be rechanging out all the waterwork pipes in this place, because it's old gray. I can't even, some long name, but basically they stopped allowing it to be used in houses in 1995 when this house was built. It was one of the last ones that got it in it. And we fortunately haven't had any problems with it, but some municipalities, when they add the chemicals to the water to treat it, it degrades the pipes and the pipes break. Well, fortunately, we don't have any chemicals being added to our water here, but we want to change it out anyway. So this one, the bottom valve is going to be for the two hose bibs going outside, and a third hose bib I'm going to add. So they will not be on the water. You'll be using the treated water, softened water. Mm. Yeah. So they'll do that, and that way, if there's any problem, I can just turn that off and I go work on it. So what's underneath the house is even more. I mean, yeah, it took us. We were under the house twice on Friday and twice on Sunday for hours at a time, working on stuff, hauling pipe down there. So I did a lot of I did this plumbing work first here. Then we went under. Then I tied into the inlet, brought it and hooked it over to where the water comes in and stopped it short. Then I did where it's connecting to the rest of the house to service the rest of the house.
How old is your house?
1995.
Do you have rust issues or anything?
Don't have rust issues. We have hard water.
Yeah, we have hard water too.
And we got curious, we have scaling.
Will your system be able to, or do you have to? Because with us, we'd probably have to eventually replace all the water pipes.
Well, we're going to replace all the water pipe anyways, even though it's that plastic stuff that's not PEX, not as good as PEX. It was before PEX.
Ours is all like copper.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I had to do that across the street. But we've had. You remember when I had that flooding in the kitchen?
Yeah.
What it was let me go back a picture here. What it was is the setup that was right over here, off to the right here for the washer and dryer. The valve on it leaked, and water ran down for months before we realized what was going on. And that's come. I had to tear out the floor in the kitchen, and actually I had to tear out the floor that the water softener, the washing machine, and the dryer are sitting on as well. But anyway, so we got this was most of the week. Friday, I guess it was a Friday, Saturday, or it was at least all day on Saturday and Sunday. And I think I started working on some of it beforehand. But yeah, so we got that done. So we now have soft water in the house.
No, that's good.
And so there's a close-up of the connection on it. And I even installed a drain specifically for the flushing system of the water softener. So it has because all the pictures on it says drain it to a floor drain. Well, this house does not have a floor drain anywhere in the house. Mm. So I installed that, and I used the flexible hot water steel braided hoses to connect it up. So if it gets wiggled around, no pipe gets broken, relieving all the stress on it. For those who are freaking out, why are you using that stuff? Well, it's the same reason I use it on all our hot water heaters. I lived in California where there's earthquakes. Things like to shake and move. If you have rigid pipes, guess what they do? They break.
Yeah.
So, this is off the dryer. We have an electric dryer on it. So the heat from the dryer comes up, goes through here, back down and out. Except in the wintertime, I open this up and all that moist
hot air comes through.
Hot air comes back into the house since it's electrical. There's no carbon monoxide, and it warms
up
the.
And if you use Downy, it smells really good.
No, we don't use any of that. Hey, Kathy D, how's it going?
Why does it smell? Oh, it smells like fresh linens.
Yeah. But yeah, so this last winter I was using this, and it helped keep the house warm. Yeah, on it. Is that the last picture? I think that was the last picture. So, but underneath the house, yeah, we did a lot of stuff under the house, and there were some other things we've been doing, working on around here that I didn't go around to get pictures here. Let's see. Yep, that was all the pictures I took this afternoon of stuff we were doing. But I mean, it's like I don't have it in here. I picked up some really cool knee pads. And even with those really cool heavy-duty knee pads, my knees were killing me. And hey, Bob, how's it going? And my wife, we both were looking around for things. Couldn't find my angle head drill until after we did something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked a couple times out in the shop for the extra knee pads. Didn't find them until today when we were picking up cardboard boxes, and they were laying under some cardboard boxes that were going in the trash. And that's why, But yeah, she said, it's like, wait. So the sergeant is under stress. Stress definitely being your brain overriding your body's desire to choke the living. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Jay. But yeah, she was crawling in there, and she was like, my wife was absolutely fantastic, super on this, because my knees are so much worse than hers. She made more trips in and out to do things and get other things as we ran into problems down there. And, she was absolutely fabulous on that. And let's see here. Just trying to think here. Oh, today we went up early. We went up to get the salt because it was like $2 cheaper at Sam's Club today than anywhere else.
Wow.
So we went up and got the bag, 44, and they were 44 pounds, not 40-pound bags of salt for the water softener. So we got those, went to the bank, deposited my daughter's rent check. Went to Home Depot, got the final fittings to make that connection, because let me throw that back up here. I can show it here. All right. Because coming off the back here of the water softener, it's 1-inch pipe thread. I don't know of any house in the United States that has 1-inch pipe.
Yeah.
And this, the hot water heat, all the hot water hoses are 3/4 inch. So I had to make an adapter from 1 inch to 3/4 inch. So we went and got those pieces this morning and got that working finally. But then, so I deposited the check. I'm over at Sam's. No, where was I at? I was at Sam's when the guy called for the from the distillery here, the Idaho Mercantile Distillery, and said, "Hey, I got 10 IBC totes for you." So okay, I'll be over there in a couple hours. And so I want to make another run back to the bank to withdraw the money to buy the things. But one of the things we did, we have a place here called Cal Ranch, which puts Tractor Supply to shame.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they have.
I've never even heard of that. So.
Yeah, it's out west here. So I got another hat like my other one. This one
what are those called? Is that a slogger hat or?
It's natural fibers, being handmade by Dorfman Pacific since 1921. But basically, these things are just so great for working out in the sun.
they make shoes too, those rubber shoes.
Yeah.
I have a slogger's hat, and I wear that when I go fishing. I wear it like it's huge, and it blocks all the sun from my face. So
Yeah. So my wife got one. I got another one. And then my gloves in planting all those trees and all the other stuff I've been doing around here the last 2 weeks started to develop holes.
mm,
So I was looking at the same thing. I wear large. They stock mainly mediums.
mm.
And the mediums were, I can't remember, but for about $8 less, I got this.
Oh, nice.
Buffalo skin, buffalo leather gloves.
Nice.
And these things are just a little snug going on at first, but once you have them on, they lock in place and oh yeah.
They're perfect. That's
So,
funny.
and these are the buffalo hide is a little bit tougher than the cow hide, but they also had them in deer hide and pig skin. The pig skin are the tough, heavy duty ones I have for my that I do when I'm doing messing with some really nasty stuff.
Yeah.
And I froze again. Kaylin, what Kaylin said, my not so new to me dehydrator right there along the set of fruit leather liners. Cool. All right, Kaylin.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Saturday night we just gotten done, or Saturday we gotten done working under the house. Come out, closed up the access port, and my daughter and her husband were going to go out to dinner for their anniversary. They asked us to watch the kids. We figured we're going to watch the kids over here, so we went over to get the kids to bring them back over here, and it dumped for about half an hour. By 9 o'clock the next day, the mud was all dry.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was back hot again. All right, and so yeah, so how's your crazy week been going? I know your week has been going crazy. Some of the stuff I haven't been able to make it to your live streams. And,
Okay.
I almost skipped tonight.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. I've been sick. I've been sick for like 3 weeks, I swear. And then Fred got sick. And then so I've just been dealing with that. And then my aunt and uncle are here from Florida. And then my uncle got really sick and he's in the hospital. So dealing with that. And then my mom yesterday, she was supposed to go on a trip to the Dominican and she was going to go in the next week here. But she doesn't want to go now because she has something wrong with her hip.
Ow.
Yeah, she was in Las Vegas like a couple months ago and she fell. She broke her arm. So she's thinking she has something wrong with her hip from when she fell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway, she's not going to go on vacation. So she's depressed about that. And so, and then today is the first day that I actually felt good with being in the heat because I've been sick. Like, so every time I go outside, like I have a hard time breathing. It's just been so hot. And so I got in there and started ripping some of my lettuce and kale and stuff like that out because it's been so hot. It just went directly to seed. Mm-hmm. So I ripped some of that out today and give it to the birds. The birds are highly enjoying that right now.
Yeah, let me see. There's something here. I'm going down here. All right, Courtney, I'm going to do a promotion for your channel members. Courtney's channel is 99 cents a month, just like mine is, but members only get a whole bunch of different posts from her. And this is the last email post I got. Some of the pictures, her sunflowers.
Yeah, those are from today. Oh, that's great. I posted something on Facebook. It's a 3D thing of the trellis. I wish everywhere accepted those pictures because I posted on Facebook and it literally I did like a panorama, rammed like all the way around and of the inside of the trellis. And it's so cool because you have all these gourds like hanging everywhere. It was so cool. But
yeah. And besides garden stuff, Courtney shares favorite music videos.
yeah, I share everything basically. So
yeah, I'm still actually, let me see something here if I can pull it up here. Photos, future, and I've shared some of these on for everybody, and I've shared some for members only. I had some videos that are members only as well on this project, the concrete project.
cool.
And so these are pictures my wife took. Actually, no, that's the video. So I got the video going. Yeah, these are the videos. There she's out taking pictures. So if you haven't seen it, that's the concrete getting done on my patio. That right here in front, that's the access to get under the house. That deep hole there. So these guys are moving fast.
How fast did it take for that? Is the concrete dry now?
Oh, I was walking on it that night.
I was curious, with it being so hot and stuff, it probably did it right away.
Generally, after 3 or 4 hours, they get out there on what's called walking boards and do some finish work along the edges. And by 5 hours, I was popping the form boards off. But see, that's the access hole to get underneath the house. Oh, that's one of the things I did there too. So there they're finishing up. I thought I had the pictures over here that she took. Nope, I don't. So I got those on the other computer, but I've been sharing a lot of those too around, both for members and non-members. But the members have been getting some cool stuff. In fact, I shared a video tonight, members only video. So members, Jay, get out there and watch the video I just posted tonight. It's a short, but yeah. So there's the channels here to put up members usually have some good stuff out here for their members. I know Joe has 3 different levels. That's Garden State Gardener, and Tammy Rebel Canners has 3 different levels. One including her highest level includes private once a month classes, one-on-one classes.
Nice.
So. Jay, no, it's not. It's under the section of the of Interstate 80 going across where the toll plaza is on the Oakland side to San Francisco. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Hey, Bob, how's it going?
Ah, it's the Bob.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Oh. Have you had any crazy people trying to get in your garage this week?
Not this week. Been lucky.
Not this week, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a relaxing week then.
And more or less. I really can't let my guard down. In all honesty, I just can't.
Yeah.
I learned how to sing songs and dance and act like a freaking wild man until that time.
Cool.
Oh. I lost control on Courtney's live last night.
I know, Bob was dancing.
Heck yeah.
People were giving tips.
I know. Dollar bills right in the G-string, man. I cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't make it last night, but we hit the bed early after getting underneath there and stuff. I mean, and some of the areas to crawl under there to get from one section to the other section, the way the sport beams are and stuff, I can't go on hands and knees. I got to squat down, lower, spread my knees apart and everything else, and really salamander walk under it.
Yeah.
To get around.
It's nice and no air moving. You're right there in a.
Oh, it was nice and cool down there. But
was it? Oh, okay, that's not bad then. Yeah.
But it's just that it's it's so
Passamaquoddy. Yeah, what's that? My garage door might deter an intruder. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But a 45 does the same thing too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of your pew-pews, because you've put out some good videos lately.
Mm-hmm.
There's a channel I follow called FT. Oh shoot, forget it. FTB TV. Basically, he does reviews of everything. He goes to all the SHOT Shows and everything else, and all the manufacturers know him.
No, okay.
And he was doing a review of the FN 57 pistol.
Fabrique Nationale. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. But.
Oh yeah, well, basically, the European Union wanted.
Did we lose him?
He's a zombie now. I'm sorry, but he's just
really?
gone.
He just like he fades out and comes back.
A zombie, yeah. The alien camouflage. They made him appear as if he's there, but he actually disappeared.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm going to my camera here. Hang on a second.
Usually you don't freeze for that long.
Camera. Let's see if I can change. And back to that one. And there I am. I just got to go into the settings and change it from the 720 down to the lower one and back up again.
Oh.
But anyways, that 5.7 out. The European wanted to do all these things have more knockdown power than the 9mm, more penetrating power than the 9mm, overcome soft body armor. All the stuff they tacked onto it, and it does.
Okay.
And now I froze. They just adopted it as the European Union's official handgun for the militaries.
Yeah.
But you talk about your 45 and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hit someone with the body armor, even some of the plate body armor. Yeah, it's gonna hurt them and knock them down, but it's not gonna penetrate.
I know that. But
this stuff will go right through it, and then through another 12.
What's it chambered for?
5.7 millimeter.
Okay.
And it looks like a little miniature 5.56.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's a handgun. And it's and here's he goes, what's the funniest? Down in Mexico, one of these on the black market now is over $7,000.
Oh wow.
Because it can defeat body armor.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be something you might need over there in the Philippines.
Oh no. Just a 1911 and a pump shotgun's good enough.
Yeah. Well, you never know how those other ones that you don't like over there might act up. But anyways, yours reminded me of it. Seeing you remind me of that. It's a really cool one.
Sig P250. That's good. Solid, man. That's really solid. I participated in Tarsha's live last weekend, I think it was. I met some really good people there and got connected with a bunch of folks. And I like Tarsha. Her method. She encourages, especially the females of the house, to get out there and practice, practice. That's necessary because you can't, you partner up with someone for the rest of your life. You might as well practice it, doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
I like her show.
Let's see. Other crazy stuff going on here this week. Trying to remember. Amazing. Taking care of weeds. Oh, weed eater. We're both out there using the weed eater around doing stuff. Pulling, taking branches down. Did a lot of trimming along the one along where the canal used to be. There, over before I put it in pipe, there's a bunch of
I was getting more
cottonwood trees. Well, so you get a cottonwood tree here, and you get a cottonwood tree here, and the roots grow across. And guess what you get in the middle here? Mm-hmm. A bunch of sucker cottonwood trees trying to grow.
Yeah.
So we went and cut all those down, pulled those out.
Good.
One of the it was the video I think I did for members only. I showing how we improved the fence safety around here. Added a bunch of cow panels around and stuff. The two of us were out there putting those up. 16-foot cow panel fencing. Keep the grandkids in, and it's just been it's just been crazy over here.
I'm glad you got rid of cottonwoods because they line our riverbanks all over the state, and I've seen branches that big in diameter.
Oh yeah,
they just drop. There's no warning. They just fall off, and that's as big as a tree.
Were they really fragile? We don't have. I don't think we have cottonwoods here.
The cottonwoods are still here, but the suckers, we took all the suckers out, so we're not getting any more. There's one of them. I don't think I'm even going to be able to afford to take it down this year, but next spring I'm going to get it pulled down and chopped up. But the one right next to it, literally, there's a scar on the side of the tree where a branch broke out, and it's probably a good 2 feet wide and almost 4 feet tall where that thing came out. Because it breaks from here down to here, so it's long, but this whole thing came off long before we bought the place. I mean, it's probably back 20 years ago, and someone had topped the tree. Probably the couple that put the house in here in 1995 topped some of the trees, and you can see where the tree goes up and it stops, and all of a sudden it grows off the side and grows up. But yeah, I need to get all the trees topped again.
Mrs. and I, we were on a state highway going from small city to another one, and there were a few cottonwood trees along that state highway, and just a little bit of wind. There were tree branches that big around and like 30 feet long came straight down onto the road. And
it must be a really weak tree.
It really is. It's why they call it cotton. Because if you look directly into the wood, there's no rings in it. It's
is
just
it
like
good to burn or no?
Barely.
It's a type of birch or poplar. But
it's like a poplar.
The reason why it's cottonwood because it when it pollinates, it looks like all this balls of cotton just blowing all over the place.
Yep.
But
I think we have them here too.
We get so much wind up here.
Is it like a tulip poplar?
It takes a really strong wind. They've gotten strong, blowing in the wind, everything. But when you get the really hard winds, I mean, like you're talking 50 mile an hour gusts, 60 mile an hour gusts, then you get some branches breaking off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood is just soft, Courtney.
I know poplar just in general is soft. Like
you can't even see any grain in the wood. It's like just crap.
We burn it in our stove, but we only use it with oak. We don't like.
Jay, no, we did not need to electrify the cow panels to keep the kids in. It's just that the cow panels are 4 feet 4 inches tall, and the kids aren't going to climb it. And it gives them a border to run around inside of.
Yeah, that cottonwood that blows in the wind. I had almost 2 months of that stuff coming right here into the shop, and just yesterday and the day before I shop vacked all that stuff up, and it was just pounds of it because it blows in and it goes up against any obstacle and it piles
that gold
up.
Crap that hangs down too, or is that something else? That might be.
That's something else. Yeah, that's like an alder. The little. Whatever
those little long.
Yeah, it's like an alder. The cottonwoods usually, I respond to a comment here. Cottonwoods do drink a lot of water. That's why they usually find them along riverbanks.
That's probably why we have them here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because this area all through here is nothing but like swamp.
And because they're such a fast-growing tree, that's why they planted them around here along the irrigation ditches and stuff. Property lines was to grow up fast and be a windbreak.
Exactly. Back in the Great Depression, the Civilian Conservation Corps, they planted a ton of those tall poplar trees and cottonwoods for soil conservation and to control flooding and wind. And still around here, you can still see those tall poplar trees, those little narrow things.
Yeah.
they planted them in panels to slow the wind down. You know, that was part of the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. The young people would go out there and
Yeah, my
pick and shovel.
grandpa, when I was younger, he planted. Now that I know what this tree is, we don't call them cottonwood; we call them tulip poplars. But
Okay.
He planted like hundreds of them in our back field. Well, now it's been like 50 years. He used to call them his fast-growing trees. But and they did. I mean, eventually about 50 years later, we could use them for firewood. But
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
But there was a ton of them in the backfield.
Oh no! She sliced her finger.
I'm sorry.
Finger.
Uh-oh.
Must be she types like me. Hunt and peck.
I'm sorry I'm eating. I'm just starving to death.
Yeah.
I get it. No problem.
Yeah, the Lombardy poplars we got are, if they have the proper nutrients and stuff and water, they said it can grow as much as 5 feet a year.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
And so that's why Chris had us take the time. You know, I dug the extra big holes with the 18-inch auger I rented, and then we dug deep, and then we filled in with a bunch of compost in the compost pile, and then we got it up to the level where the tree was going to sit in. And I went around with my tamper and tamped it down so it's semi in there.
Yeah.
And then we packed it in there, packed out the mixture of manure, compost, and Kellogg's tree and shrub mix around it, and we were hoping that those roots are just going to start going wild in there, and by the end of September they'll be out into the native soil, be hanging in for the winter.
What kind of tree was it?
Lombardy poplar.
Lombardy poplar. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up too.
Yeah, they learned a lot during the Oklahoma Dust Bowl years of the 1930s, 20s, and 30s. So nationally, they went around and just the Fed sponsored the growth of these trees and planted them all over the country.
Yeah, Lombardy poplar, 4 to 5 foot, fast growing, privacy windbreak.
I see it.
Yeah.
So, and as you can see, they grow. They don't spread out. They go up.
They go straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can find a bigger. Yeah. There you go. So these are spread too far apart to make a good windbreak. These are right.
Yeah. That's how they're planted. There's still some of them around my area right now from back in the 1930s. And boy, they're big now.
Yeah.
Yep. Soil conservation, flood control, wind control.
Hey, Don. We got Don, WD Glock and Roll in here now, and Wendy from Hardknack Farms.
Hey, guys.
To answer your question, no. But that's just the demon rats freaking out, trying to distract everybody by pulling some BS stuff, and hopefully, and they're hoping they're not going to get caught, which they are going to get caught. They're for going down there. But
what exactly were they expecting to find? Like, what? I don't get it. Why were they raiding his?
And they put in the news. They're just trying to distract us. Is what they're trying to do.
I haven't heard anything about this. So I don't really know what the topic.
They raided his what? Hotel?
Whose
property? That begins with an M. His estate down there.
One of his estates. They raided because
M.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Hang on. Let me see here.
Yeah. Much of that stuff's just a distraction.
Yeah.
I've hit block on so many of the news.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Outlet, right here on YouTube. I don't want it flipping over.
Mar-a-Lago.
The Donald. Okay. Yeah, I've hit block on so many of the news channels around now. I just click block. I don't want to get it in my side feed. Nothing.
Why did they raid it? What did they suspect, or what was their...
Not sure. I haven't had a chance to dig into it because saw
I
that.
just heard about it, so I'm
Yeah,
not sure myself.
you heard about it, you did that little post on the panel link one, and so I really haven't had a chance to go in and look at it yet. But to me, it's all manure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to find anything. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't
And
think so.
they're going to say, and they're going to find out that some of the affidavits to get the warrant to go raid were falsified. Again.
Probably.
Again.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Well,
that's for Thursday night on the midnight ride.
it makes for good news on the BBC, the CNBC, and Sky News Australia, all of which
for all
I
those
blocked.
people that might vote for him again, so it'll just put this.
That's the whole thing is to try to keep him from coming back.
Yeah.
Because right now, if this year the elections were to be held again for presidency, and he was running, you know who would win? He would win, and the other guy would be bye-bye.
I was thinking about doing a bikini dance video if he wins. I might.
Honestly, I don't really know anymore. I mean, he could run again, and everybody I know voted for the man. Everybody I know, including.
I hear you.
Well, I live in Ohio. Most everybody in Ohio voted for him.
All right, Bob. If he wins and you do that, I know a lot of people that pay a little bit to see that dance.
Oh, I got a G-string. I'm gonna put on a G-string. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that it was rigged, but I don't really know. And
I know
they can do whatever they want.
Look at it this way, Courtney. Look at it this way. Washington State has had mail-in ballots for 20 years, and who consistently keeps getting reelected? It's just a coincidence. And they still send ballots to my dead mom and my dead dad. They've been dead since 87 and 10 years ago. So, yeah, what's that tell you? That's how the outcomes. Well,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm going to continue to vote because that's my
Me too.
right. But
Me
too. Who knows anymore? You know.
So, what's going on over here? Hang on. Okay. Yeah. So the latest software upload from Mr. Gates has my computer's thinking that usually I could plug in my Kindle or one of my flash drives or something like that, my phone, whatever, and take some pictures off it and unplug it. Now it freaks out going, oh, the device is stopped. And for the next week, it'll send me every couple hours, the device is stopped. What do you want to do? The device is unplugged. It's no longer, yeah. So before you just automatically knew it when unplugged, oh, you're done. But,
yeah, I hear you, Q. The same with everybody I know. Same. Yep. Oh, my wife, Mrs. and I, we used to have the best times sitting there and watching his rallies.
Well, they were uplifting, and
they were.
If you understood it and you weren't so hell bent on trying to be insulted, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I get it. Like it was not. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I
used
did too.
To watch them all the time.
Yeah. we would sit there and laugh because he would point out the bureaucrats who are not doing their jobs, you know. Yeah. And Nancy Pelosi, or whoever.
Chucky boy. Hey, Chucky boy.
Yeah. I've never seen that style in my life. I loved it, man.
I mean, I'm not saying that he has the best personality in the world because he really doesn't. But he has that personality to be in a position like that. Think about it. All the 4 years that he went through with everybody harassing him constantly. If he would have been a weak-minded individual, he would have never survived it. You know?
Oh yeah.
I like the fact that he knows how to handle money. He knows how to handle. These others have, you know, okay, they might be a lawyer, but they've been working in government. They've never had an employee. They've never handled money. They don't know what they're doing except
Right.
for how to take some of it and stick it in their own pocket.
Yeah.
They know how to do that.
And their staff, they don't manage their staff. They have a head of staff that manages the staff and takes care of all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we're getting here to the top of the hour. I know two
All
families still coming on, or is she under
I
the weather?
don't know if they are or not. She was in the hospital. She was at Cleveland Clinic. So
they may not be on tonight. But
Yeah.
you're coming up in an hour
That's
and
it.
5 minutes from now.
Yep.
All right. So everyone check your go to YouTube and check the thing there. It should be right on up there, White Family Farm tonight.
Okay.
And let's see here. So tomorrow night, on Gray Man Prepping at 10 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to be talking a little bit. Maybe depends whether I get overruled from the other room. I may be skipping next. If she overrules me from the other room, I'll just push it off to the following week. But the next topic is, what is in your get home bag?
Mm-hmm.
Your bug out bag, your get home bag.
Yeah, making one of those up right now out of a laptop case I got secondhand for $3. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping. And then Thursday night, I will be back with the Midnight Ride if I've recuperated. Yeah, I got a bunch of news story things going on that I'm saving up for this. And then, of course, the biggest one. Did you hear what happened in New York City?
What? No.
Been mouthing off about, we're a sanctuary city. We have all these great things for those illegal, those undocumented aliens that need help, and blah, 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 blah. Some other governor shipped a busload to New York City that arrived today. And New York did not know they were coming.
It's happened in Seattle already.
No, but I mean, it is on the news. It's like, what? And then they said they had all these services for them, so we sent them to those services. Good luck, New York.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people that are suffering in New York loved that.
Oh yeah,
sure they do. They don't get any services, but these new arrivals do.
I think it was Abbott that sent it, Don.
Oh, okay. Courtney, I promise I will drink lots of water and do my best to control myself on your show tonight.
Fine.
I was having it. Some of that music Chris Wyatt and I were talking about from back in the day. He and I are about the same age, same background, military and on. Yeah. Now oh my God. I'll drink more water and I'll chill.
You were fine.
Bob,
yeah.
Get out your little simple things, ding, ding, or your drum.
They're all in the Philippines. I got drums. Oh, dude, I got drums. Have I got drums? Oh yeah, I got a 22-inch, buffalo drum. Oh man, that thing just rocks the neighbors.
All righty, thank you. I want to thank Courtney and Bob for coming up here and sharing the panel up here. Talk a little bit of what they did a little bit, laugh at my crazy week here, just working ourselves and staying here.
Good. Work is good for you, man. Getting projects done. Bingo, man. Bingo.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy that we got a water softener sending soft water to the hot water heater. So,
oh boy, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing says, allow 2 or 3 full usages of the hot water before it finally starts. You start getting the soft water, and they go. But right now we're running it, and we were getting some milky colored water coming through because the ionized water from this water softener was grabbing everything off the inside of the pipes.
Right on.
Right on. Pipes.
Right on.
So, all righty, folks. Thank you all the rest of you out there in the side chat for coming in, your comments. And we will see you in an hour on Courtney's channel.
Yep.
Do carry on, then. I say, wave to the paupers, the poor people. Yes.